Congregation may be seated. And again, as we sit in order to learn, to listen, to be heard. The sermon is where the preacher is supposed to have done reflection throughout the week and bring that reflection to the people. This morning, we're going to sit in order to teach, because that is the way that Jesus would have taught. And I want to invite all the children to come and join me out here on the red carpet. So come on down. I need your help. I can't do it this morning without you. I need your wisdom. You can sit on the carpet, you can sit on the floor, whichever is most comfortable to you. Girls? All right, we got everybody? Cool. Thanks for coming up here. All right, honest question. Were you listening when we were reading the big gospel story about the son who took his father's money before it was really time and he ran away from home with all that money? Do you remember what that son did? What did he do? Well, he came back, but what did he do with all that money he had? He spent it all. He was completely without any money, right? And all his new friends abandoned him. And so he was feeding the pigs. Ew. I wouldn't want that job. That's kind of a sneaky job. And he realizes, you know what? I could do better than this, even if I went back home and was a slave for my own dad. But that would be better than what I'm doing now. Right? Living alone, living with no food, no house. No wonder he wanted to go home, hey? So he wanted to go home. Well, he gets home, and what does that father do? He celebrated. Well, that's kind of odd. What do you think your mom and dad would do if you did all that? Oh, mom and dad would do bad things? But what do we do? What might your mom and dad do if you went and spent all their money without permission and came back and didn't have any money and you didn't have any of the toys or clothes you bought? Well, grounded, yeah. Probably no more video gaming, no iPhones or iPads for a while, right? No more driving, right? Taking away car keys, no phone. Oh, yeah. Whoa. But that's not what this dad did. His dad celebrated that his son had run away and been lost. That he thought he could do better on his own, I guess. Yeah, I know. I wouldn't think the same thing. But this young man thought he could do that. And so he comes home, and instead of being punished, his father loves him. He puts new, fresh, clean clothes and brand new robe. It would be kind of like getting a brand new spiffy coat, okay, for us today. He puts that on his son. He puts back on the family ring, because back then that was really important that you had the ring that showed the crest or the mark of your family. It said that I belong to that family. That was really important. So he restores his place in his family. And instead of getting grounded or no car keys or whatever, right? Dad throws a party for him. The whole neighborhood's invited to this big bash. And they're all celebrating. That was the baby son, right? That was the youngest son. Yeah. But his big brother, who had stayed home, continued to work the farm for Dad, continued to be a part of the household everyday living, he hears from the fields, right? He's out doing his farming work, and he hears a party going on. Yeah. So he comes home to investigate. But did that older brother go to the party? No. Why? he did everything right, but it's the little brother who did everything wrong, and he's getting the party. Does that ever happen in your homes? Because I know all of you have brothers or sisters. You have little sisters, but he's got a big brother, she's got a big brother and a big sister, and she's got, we all got brothers and sisters. So does that ever happen in your house where you're doing all the right things? Mom's asked you to take out the trash or whatever. You've done your chore, but your brother or sister, not so much. They didn't do their chores that day. They're still in their room making a mess and playing and getting away with it, and yet they don't get punished. But you don't get a prize for being good. Does that ever happen? Yes, it does, doesn't it? How does it make you feel when that happens? When you're doing the right thing, but your brother isn't? Mad, you get mad.
Like really mad because like you get tosses and you just want to play, but you can't because you got it. You don't get your own mom or dad.
That's right. And that's being a good daughter, isn't it? That's what we're called to do. And adults, those of us who like to come to church 52 Sundays a year, how do you feel when our friends only show up on Christmas and Easter? Some of us are like, oh, praise God, my children came to church at least twice. I get it. But some of us kind of get upset about that because we're here all the time. We're always faithful to be in church on Sunday, or I'm serving at the Salvation Army or different places where you do ministry throughout the week, but these folks they're not doing that. They're not living that way. We too can sometimes be the younger son who forgets how we're called to live, and we must return to God and be repentant and ask for grace. But other times we can find ourselves being the petulant older brother, the one who gets angry because we've been doing it right. And we miss and we forget all the blessings that God has already given to us and continues to give to us. And then we don't want to enter into the real party. We need to rejoice when just one sinner comes back to God. See, that's today's scripture. They mess you up because they tell you the very beginning and then they jump over two other stories to tell us the story about these two brothers and their loving, gracious dad, which the dad in the story is supposed to represent God. Yes, mom's in the house. Trust me, she's cooking for the party. Yes. But the father in the story is God. Yes. And see, Jesus already told two other stories before this one. He told the first story about the shepherd, the loving shepherd, who is counting his sheep. He's supposed to have 100. He only gets to 99. One ran away and got lost. And Jesus went, the shepherd, right, went to find that lost sheep. And Jesus said, I tell you, there will be more joy in heaven over that one lost sheep, that one lost sinner who repents, than over the 99 righteous who need no repentance. And then he told a second story, and it was about a woman. She'd sold something, and she made a lot of money, but one of the coins fell down. She lost it. And she lit her lamp, and she swept and swept and swept the house till she found that missing coin. And Jesus says, I tell you, there is joy in the presence of the angels of God over that one sinner who repents. And then he tells the story that we read in full today in church about the brother who realizes, I screwed up. I ran away. I made a mistake. I did the wrong thing. Well, his big brother did the right thing until he wasn't ready to welcome the little brother back, right? He didn't go to the party. We hope that later he changed his mind and his heart and he came to the party. But Jesus wants us to know that everyone is invited to the party. Everyone can come to the party, right? Well, yes, birthday parties included. So thanks, guys, for helping me give the sermon today and helping to reflect on God's holy word. I'm going to invite you back up in a few minutes because you're going to help me set the big table today. How does that sound? Do you think you can do that? I know you can because you helped set the table.